You know, you see the pictures of all the damage, and a year later we are still trying to wrap our heads around just how strong this storm was to create so much damage in a minute's worth of time.
And that's the amazing thing, right?
Yes.
60 seconds changed so many lives. Chief Meteorologist Jason Sadeko and Meteorologist Zane Satchery join us now to give us some perspective on all that. Guys?
Yeah, and I mean, some of the stories we've heard out here, just standing on this street, people coming up to us to tell us their stories, people being, sucked out of closets, walls collapsing on people. I mean, it's stuff that you would think almost in a war zone at times. But it was a very strong tornado. An EF4 tornado rolled through here 1 year ago today that packed winds of 185 miles per hour. And to put a little bit of that in perspective, only 0.2% of all tornadoes in the U.S. last year were EF4 tornadoes. That's 1,791 tornadoes. And again, this was just one of the few that was as strong as it was. And well, that was the second most tornadoes that we'd seen since 2004. And with the strength of that tornado, again, it wasn't just home damage that we saw that day. Zane, you were out chasing that day, Adams County, and you saw some other things getting destroyed.
Yeah, it's not too often that you can gauge how strong a tornado is in the moment. We can survey the damage afterwards. But when we were storm chasing this particular tornado that day, we came across these destroyed wind turbines about 15, 20 miles southwest of here in Adams County. And those were obviously toppled over, and you don't see that too often. I mean, these are actually pretty strong. That wind farm down north of Prescott was actually pretty recently built. These towers, they're really tall, a few hundred feet tall, but they're actually really strong. They're made to handle winds over 100 miles per hour. So to see those crumpled over and burning was a sign of how strong this tornado was before it even got to Greenfield. And then back at the station, if you looked at the radar, there were some other signs you could see how strong this tornado was.
Yeah, it was impressive. Even just with our radar, I remember seeing the debris field that we can see lofted into the air encompassed the entire town. And a testament to the strength of that tornado, that debris field was lofted 15 to 20,000 feet 35 to 40,000 feet in the air. And you get strong tornadoes, EF4 plus, that are 15 to 20,000 feet in the air. So again, a testament to the strength that we saw of that tornado. And that debris was blown clear into Minnesota in some locations. Lightweight debris, we're talking pictures, we're talking pieces of paper that were blown 150 miles away. And I guess no surprise after the fact, we saw data that was published showing
how strong,
winds.
Yeah, even stronger. Winds over 300 miles per hour. Now, that data came from what's called a Doppler on wheels. We have a picture of one that we can show you. The same truck, basically, that was about a half mile east of town right when the tornado came through. You heard Stacy mention it was only in town for basically a minute. They were not too far east of Greenfield along the highway when they measured winds just above the ground, about 150 to 100 feet above the ground. They used that to estimate winds over 300 miles per hour at the ground level. And there's only been 2 other tornadoes that have been measured by a radar truck that strong. But that doesn't change the EF4 rating that was officially decided on by the Weather Service.
It doesn't. They use a scale, again, that's based off of damage, and they have to continue to use that to drive consistency in those ratings so you can compare apples to apples,